Hey, what's going on? This is B.M.T. So, yeah, I haven't been on streaming for a while. I'm just checking in because I actually, you know, had stuff getting done. And one can only keep this kind of foolishness up for so long. Like, at some point, I'm seeing the men they gossip more than the women now. Like, let's just be honest. Y'all are running out of pilot writing material. Y'all running out. How long are you gonna keep talking about Pookie? How long are you gonna keep talking about single mothers? How long are you gonna keep talking about, a lot of the remedial stuff that a lot of these women and men you have it with women, right? You'll have a woman who is a single mother will get on and brag that, oh yeah, I'm a single mother and I don't take my baby daddy to child support, and also I believe that all men are right, and that they always were saying extra, and then their views will jump up. But however, their life will be totally, completely different from what they're talking about. However, they know there's a market. They know there's a market on social media for women to jump on and say that now. The women have caught on. Women have caught on. Men getting on men and ragging on them and bagging on them about their choices in life. There's a market about that. They'll start putting on they'll put on that R&B music in the background. Start talking about how the hardship. They'll play the little Derrick Jackson, little V-neck shirts and stuff. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's the same bit. Snake oil, back to back. And so you're seeing this now. Well, you should have been to notice it. If you didn't, you're just stupid. Honestly, you can't shame the internet. Let's get that out the way. You can't shame the internet. You really can't shame people on the internet. The internet has a memory of pretty much 1 to 2 days, if that. Can't shame the internet. Donald Trump done proved that. A lot of people, politicians done proved that. Greater people than people on YouTube had done proved that. There was a guy trying to shame me, and he gets online for 11 hours at a time and talks pro-black stuff while also talking about how he'll lick the feet of white women. And I'm like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, you're telling me about white supremacy while kicking the white women on the channel. I now understand that at some point you can't take a lot of these things wholeheartedly to heart. You have to just talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore. I don't need or have to make content. You know what I'm saying? My life is not that boring. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it honestly, the people who are online doing content are like people between their mid-30s to their close around their late 40s. They're like the main content creators that are talking about relationship. And I gotta be honest, a lot of them suck. They do. They either have failed relationships, failed marriage, or literally they have a failed social depression that they protrude on everybody else, that this is all our problem. This is the problem with America. Marriage is failing and society's dying. Then you ask their kids, yeah, daddy beats me, mommy does crack, and you know what I'm saying, my brother is gay and he's only 6 years old. So at some point you're like, well, why are we listening to these people? Why are we listening to these people? Because it's entertainment. Steve Harvey writes a book about relationships, And he's like one of the biggest adulterers in Black Hollywood. Doesn't make any sense. But they read his books. But he wears a zoot suit. He's bald and he's a light-skinned nigga. Sorry. It is what it is. Light-skinned people are very, very marketable. They are. I didn't make the rules. I just live in the world of how we perceive and the perception of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You'll see darker skinned people, you know, especially women, putting on makeup. Darker skinned niggas or men, they got a lot of hypersexual behavior going on. That's something that I try to stay my hand away from, because I'm like, you know, I'm a brown skinned guy. But I'm like, dude, y'all gotta stop being too hypersexual, man. Like, it's just not working, man. Like, you got older niggas talking about going Dutch and trying to be the most. Either they're highly anti their own ethnicity, or you'll have it whereas to, if they're not that, then they'll be, you know, full on pro-black, you know, this and that, whatever shit. I don't get involved too much anymore. I be like, yo, y'all got it, bro. I'm not taking the bait of a bunch of older niggas trying to tell me how to do stuff. I'm like, nah, nigga, y'all had y'all time. I don't know what kind of shit y'all been going through. Don't get me wrong, the younger niggas are stupid. Like, you got the Jay Morant era of women and kids, and they're stupid. Don't get me wrong. Oh, they're definitely dumb. I already know. I'm an '80s baby. I'm like a mid '80s baby, so I already know I'm following that. I was running the gauntlet at the end of the crack era, so it ain't like we're much perfect. You know, I mean, the '90s, early thousands, yeah, that was we was on one. I probably said that was the best of hip hop. Yes, that probably was the best of hip hop. That right there. We did good. We did good. We didn't we didn't fail humanity that badly. We did hip hop. We did hip hop. We did a lot of stupid fads and stuff, like, you know, the long white tee. We could have probably gone without that. I don't think we needed it. I wasn't wearing no white tee dress. I'm just not that dedicated. No, I was not dedicated. But you would have got. But when it came down there to it, I don't know. I was a latchkey kid. I don't say that like that's a promise or like a heavy burden, but I'm not gonna be on here on some fanboy stuff. Like the fanboy stuff on like people got this going on or that going on. Like, no. I used to go on some channels where they used to like to troll. Like one of the content creators I used to go to his channel, he liked hollering at black women, but then he also liked promoting other races of women, right? And I mean, to his for him to be fair, he could do that. I mean, it's his channel. For me, and I'm gonna just be honest, for me, I just can't see myself promoting any other race of women over mine. And they're like, oh, B.M.T. or some simp stuff. No, it's not simp. It's just that I'm not promoting any. Well, B.M.T., you talk about black men all the time. Yeah, I do, but I'm a black man. I can talk about my fellow brothers, because I'll tell you the good stuff we do when I show us doing work and you know, actually like doing stuff. That's praise. When you show black men doing things, or actually building stuff, or actually running things, that's actual praise. That's actually good stuff. I'm not like some of these sheeps and some of these old niggas that, like, you know, fan bot into like chat rooms that want to just get circle jerked and just talk about, oh man, black men out here building pyramids and do this. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop it. There's few and in between. And the men that actually do stuff and go to work, they don't even want nothing to do holistically with social media. But it's like a whole menstrual period. Just bleeding all over the place. The girls who get on here and start trying to do this relationship talk and all this other shit and be like, we're doing the pink diaries, the panty diaries, whatever kind of diary shit that they got going on. If you still believe those women, you're a fool. I'm not going to sit and watch a show with a bunch of strippers talk about how women should be classy. When by 9 o'clock, she going to be dropping her drawers for a bunch of 21s. Ain't no way. I'm not going to sit on there where some dude who said he's a businessman is always trying to stunt and show off shit. Like, y'all niggas are crazy. As I said, YouTube is no more than nigga TV. If you honestly were to look at my algorithm, it says comic books, anime, and court TV. Like, when I mean court TV, like, I'm highly fascinated with, like, different, like, stuff. Like, I did not know the reason why security is the reason why it is at court was because of a black man, an inmate, right? He got caught for a sexual charge, right? And what he did was, when he was in his holding cell, he assaulted the female guard. He assaulted her, got her pistol, got out of the handcuffs, took out the judge, the lawyer, the bailiff, the camera guy. He took out like 5 people, stole 7 cars, made it all the way to this white woman's house, and had a 7-hour hostage situation. The girl read a damn book to him. The white woman read a book to him about his life. And literally the man gave up and went to jail. Which he's serving sentence in Fulton County prison for life. For like multiple life. But this dude took out a lot of people. Like, literally, that's why the court system is the way it is. I was like, wow, that's horrible, but that's crazy. This man made it that far with 1 pistol and took out that many people and lasted a span of, like, y'all can look it up. Look it up. If I gotta go get it and put it, if y'all put in the chat, like, put in the comments, like, B.M.T. Senate shows that story, I'll share it. But it was just crazy. It's like an 8-minute story. It's like 8 minutes. You know, it's a quick listen. But I was listening to that. The most horrible teenagers in lockup. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right now they're still building. They're still building over there. They're still building over there. Like, right now they're building more and more, like, industry where I'm at. It's pretty good. I mean, more houses and more apartments are getting built. I don't know, like, for brothers, I will tell you, you might want to get your credit up, man. I don't know why there hasn't been more credited agencies that black men have started, or brothers. And, you know, and people say, well, why does it matter? Well, I'm saying, well, you want representation, don't you? You want to say, like do a credit agency, like, hey, like, for, like, hey, brothers, for y'all who don't have your credit together or trying to get your credit together, you should join this. And I know we got black banks. Yeah, we do. I'm not leaving my Navy Federal. I'm not leaving Navy Federal. I'm not leaving USAA. I'm sorry, I'm a veteran. I'm a proud veteran. I found that very interesting that people have tried to shame me about being a veteran. And then when you ask them, so what program are you part of? And then they're like, well, I don't submit to no white man, but yet you're on YouTube, adhering to YouTube guidance policies. Guidelines of policy, excuse me. And I'm like, so you're going to submit to some type of policy or programming. I mean, just choose. Mine's just paid me and gave me more benefits. Yours just, I don't know, was what? Yeah, I got the better deal. What are you talking about? Then they'll start talking about how they were wronged a dude, and then some woman cheated him out of it. Like I said, I can't take YouTube too seriously. I try not to. Nikki Nicole asked me a question. I gotta answer it. Nikki, you was asking about how to get property, about how to go about getting houses, and I thought we had went over that during the show. But all you gotta do is go down to your own city or town hall to go do that. That's all you gotta do. Go by your own city or town hall and go look up the taxes in your city or town hall. Like literally, it's public record. Yep, public record. You know, go down there to public records and look it up, and they can't deny you. And literally, you can. They have land up for auction all the time. All the time. So that's something that you can do. That's usually how people. That's usually how different people or companies buy up or flip whole communities or neighborhoods. They let it dilapidate. Now people say, well, if we don't fix it up and we let it go down, then we don't have to pay any money. We don't have to pay any money. We don't owe anything. It won't cost us more. There was a show. There's a show called Shameless, right? And in Shameless, what happened was this. I know y'all gonna say, B.M.T, you jumping all over the place. No, I'm not. No, I'm trying to teach you something. Y'all just shut up and you're too stupid. Just say that. I'm getting tired of people saying you're jumping all over the place when literally their content is shit. I gotta just say that. When y'all tell me my content, I jump all over the place, just make sure you know that my content is consistent. A lot of y'all talk about is red pill, fuck shit, and dumbass stuff. Y'all ain't got nothing to put anybody on to anything. Oh God. So I guess I'm going to the doctor with my mom. So I'm not worried. Now, back to what I was saying. Go on Shameless, the show. They were doing something where they were showing a man and his wife. They lived in a black neighborhood. When they lived in a black neighborhood, what happened was living in a black neighborhood. They found out, like, they fixed it up, they cleaned it up, they took all the trash and all stuff. In other words, they made it look really nice, right? Then next thing you know, boom, they caught their neighbors, two old black women, throwing trash in their yard, spray painting their side of the wall, all that stuff. And they were like, hey, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all doing that? And they were like, because if your house goes up in value, then we'll all have the taxes on. If your house goes up in value, that means more people are going to start coming here and looking at investing. And when they start investing, then that means we can't afford to pay the taxes in this neighborhood, and that way we will, we could lose everything. And I was like, whoa. Like, they would rather keep a crappy neighborhood rather than raise their standard so that way they could be cheap. So the next day, what the couple did, they started messing up their house, the outside, so that way it looked like all the other houses. And I was like, God dang it, man. So you mean to tell me y'all would rather have a crappy neighborhood than, and the sad thing about it is, some people are fine with that. Some people are fine with that. Some people are fine with living in a dilapidated environment. They're fine with that. They're fine with having a dilapidated type of content or talking points and stuff like that. That's why nowadays, like, I'm more so just off to myself now. Like, I'm so good. I'm so good on that. Like, When people try to pick me up or try to put me into their little bubbles and stuff, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But I showcase all my stuff. I don't have nothing that I myself have to hide because I'm like, I am who I am. I am who I am. I'm not ashamed of my lifestyle that I, as a proud black man, Geechee Gullah, have built for me and my people. I'm actually proud of what my works are. The thing about it is you have where some men are ashamed because, let's just be honest, they hadn't accomplished anything. And people get a green eye or envy of brothers that are, doing stuff in their life. They're not making the same stumbling stones. Shout out to Dark Man Jeff. He's in South Carolina. I have never met the brother, but the stuff he talks about is very right on par to the stuff that I talk about. And I'm like, Jeff, you're doing pretty fine for a young brother. And he's like, yeah. Same thing for a lot of young ladies. I see a lot of young ladies and some older women. Shout out to Faith. The Faith Factor. She's showing health and fitness. And she's showing the results. You can't scoff at that. Faith is in her 40s, and she looks better than a lot of girls in their 20s. Skin clear. She literally has a nice body, nicely curved, and I don't care how y'all feel about that. I'm not sexualizing her. It's just that I can admire, for somebody who stays in shape myself, her literally working out, showing the work, telling y'all about healthy eating habits and all that stuff. Why would we not be more happy and promote something like that? D Darrell, regardless of how y'all feel about him, the man has brick and mortars. In other words, multiple brick and mortars. That's pretty doggone good. And not just one, but multiple of them. Now here's the thing that kind of blows my mind. We ask for excellence in people doing stuff in their life, yet we try to find ways. This thing that kind of gets me. And I side eye a lot of blacks, but it's not the white people trying to tear them down. It's black people. You say you want professionals. You say that, but then you'll try to tear down or find leverage to actually destroy the imagery of your professionals. But then y'all get on a panel and say, we need to get the land, we need to get the property, we need to be owners. But then the very select few owners you do have and that you can actually talk to or reach out to, you'll try to tear down their work. And I'll be like, well, who the hell that literally is doing something, but I damn sure know y'all ain't gonna never get my shit torn down. You can't. You can't fire me. I can't. Hell, I'm unfireable. My own damn self. So you can't fire me. I know I ain't gonna never see none of y'all swing a hammer. I ain't gonna never see none of y'all plaster no wall. I'm never gonna see any of y'all ever drive any type of trucks that I drive. I know none of y'all deal with any of the firearms I deal with. Everything I do skills in provides a way of life for people. Can't tear down my skill set, but I'll never let anybody, especially in these spaces, get close to my skill set. I could tell you how to go get it, but it takes years. It takes some time to do that. So ain't nothing y'all can say, well, we got this on B.M.T. Ain't he a disabled veteran? Yeah, I am. I'm a proud disabled veteran. You know how many black people didn't get their VA or their benefits and stuff when they served for different government facilities? But you're gonna shake a shot or wag a finger at me? You get disability. Yes. If I did as many tours as if I did 8 years overseas, dealing with IEDs, traveling up and down the mountains, huffing it, walking, driving, staying up late at night, pulling QRFs. Y'all just don't know. But see, then again, some of y'all never did anything but just build a hood or build nigga culture. You never actually built anything actual worth building. People talk about let's go to Africa, but never been to Africa. But then I've been over there. People talk about sex trafficking, man. I've been over there. I've seen true horrors. People who look like you doing atrocities to people. I don't have no problem with women getting paid for doing a job, but I've seen women in countries where women have no rights, no civil liberties. Only thing that they're used for is just cattle, of breeding and having babies and stuff. And they thought in the back of their mind that this is the life, this is living. That's not living. That's not living. That's just you just alive. We had this man arrested. He believed, because this I'm showing you, medical access is not given to everybody, man. Medical access is not given to everybody. This is why I'm for Africa getting their development in their own way. I don't have no problem with that. Shout out to K Business, Business Talk with K. The Business Talk with K, and I respect the brother's channel. He talks about a lot of that stuff. He goes over a lot of that. He says, hey, like, there's things that y'all need to work on your own stuff, and Africans need to work on theirs. In Business Talk with K, he talks about from the Nigerian experience. I appreciate that. I do. Oh, no, I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I do have a beer bod, but I'm actually learning to love my beer bod. Just to learn that. No man boobs. No man boobs. But all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna upload this video. I done did my little talk and take on selfless service. Get a skill. Pointless conversations are starting to run out. I mean, there's only so much I can keep on pulling from a bunch of 30, 40-year-old men and women on panels that sit on there and all they talk about is age of consent, sex, Lori Harvey, Jay Morant. It be old niggas that they can't sit on the corner block, so they sit on the panels and talk for hours at a time. Like, Anton made nigga panels for y'all. He gave y'all nigga shows. A dude who has money, rather than actually giving y'all actual educational stuff that actually y'all can bank off of, gave y'all nigga content. Said, let's go make this money. No, he's giving y'all nigga shit. You think he would let his child watch that Ty the Dribble shit? You think he'd want his daughter on that type of show? You know, that's so crazy. Blacks will introduce chaotic shit to other blacks, but they will never let their own children or families anywhere around that type of dribble. At least the content I make, one of my biggest feedback people I listen to is my family. But I've had my cousins listen to it. I've had my brothers and sisters and my father and different people listen to my content. And I'm not gonna put out any kind of crazy shit that a lot of people put out here and say, oh yeah, this is the way to go. Y'all are crazy, dude. Y'all put out content that will set the world on fire, but you want your people in a bunker. Y'all crazy.